Connect Group leaders. My name is Drew and one of your pastors here at Inspire, and I get to lead our Waikele location. But I'm excited because today I get to share with you on how to grow your Connect group. If you've met me, I've probably invited you to my Connect group like 10 million times because I'm passionate about Connect groups because I believe Connect groups is where you grow personally. But if you are a Connect group leader, how do you grow your group? All I know is Connect group is really one of the main reasons why I've grown as a Christian. And these are the things that I've learned and experiences that I've done in Connect group. And I have an acronym for you, and that is in group. In group, I've learned godliness. I've learned how to even be a Christian. How to pray, how to read the word, what does sanctification mean? I've learned godliness in Connect group. I've learned relationships in Connect group. I've learned how to be in a relationship. I've learned what a healthy relationship is. I've learned forgiveness, unconditional love, grace, all of that. Also group, GRO, I've learned what outreach is in Connect group because life and the world does not revolve around Jew. No, it doesn't. Life is about servanthood. It's about serving others. I've learned a unity in Connect group. How? Because without community, you don't have unity. And without unity, you don't have community. And I've learned what unity and the importance of that in Connect group. And I've also learned this, the last acronym, P, purpose. And I really understood what God's purpose was for me in my life, that I am here for a purpose, and I'm here on purpose. And in Hebrews 10 verse 25, and I love the True Passion Translation, or is that what it even stands for? But anyway, it says this: "This is not the time to pull away and neglect meeting together, as some have formed the habit of doing," it says. "In fact, we should come together even more frequently, eager to encourage and urge each other onward as we anticipate that day dawning." What is it saying in this scripture? It really foretold what it would look like in 2021 and beyond, that this is a day that things would come against us to come together, but encourage, press onward, don't neglect. And so I want to start by saying, what is a Connect group? And Connect group, guys, is not a ministry of Inspired Church. Connect group is not just a program of the church. Connect groups are not just an outreach or something that we do on the side. It's not an event. Connect group, guys, is the church. You are the church. When you join or when you lead a Connect group, that's the church. And I really believe that we as Inspired don't just want believers in the church, we want belongers. Connect group is a life of the church. And just as the mission and vision of Inspired Church is to be fruitful, to grow, to multiply, can I tell you that that is the mission and vision of Inspired Church? It is to grow, it is to multiply, it is to be fruitful. And so I have 5 things for you on how to grow your group. First thing, prayer. Pray outside of your group and with your group. Pray for your group throughout the week. You'll realize that as you pray for your group outside of your group, your heart will go towards the group. You'll think about your group. You'll start falling in love with your group. You'll start building friendships in your group. And then, of course, when you are having group, pray. You'd be surprised that people actually are shy and timid to pray. In fact, they may have never even prayed in public or out loud. And as they see you praying with one another and for each other, they will have the faith and the courage to pray. Second thing is this, consistency. Make group your priority throughout the week, and canceling, guys, is convenient. But meeting is challenging, but consistency is key to growth. And here's another thing, be consistent on the time that you start and the time that you end. Be very strict about that. Let them know that you can be trusted to start on time and you can be trusted to end on time. Third thing is this, invite. Never let 1 week or a weekend go by that you didn't invite someone or your group didn't invite someone. And never grow weary of encouraging your Connect group to always invite someone. Languages like, guys, more people need this group. Languages like, when God is placing someone on your heart, invite them to group. In fact, invite everyone to group. Don't think that someone that you meet during the week or on the weekend wouldn't want your group. Invite them to your group. Keep encouraging your group. Fourth thing is this. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on this because this is sort of the obstacle that stops a group from multiplying and actually growing. It's structure and systems. SNS, not the Simon, structure and systems. And the first thing is this. Look at your group. Define a co-leader. And if you need more tips on how you define that, hit us up. I would love to tell you how to define, but define a co-leader or a helper. If you see someone that maybe is not ready for leadership responsibilities but can be a helper, define them, ask them, let them know. Once you define that person as a leader or co-leader, know what they're gonna help you with. And the number one thing that you're gonna want to teach them is how to use the Lead app to manage and to your roster and to take attendance. Immediately delegate that task, because if they know how to do it, when you launch them to grow their own group, that is something that a skill set and a tool and a resource that they know how. Second thing is this, structure your group. Scale your group to your size. So let's say you have 3 to 5 people in your group. You need at least one co-leader or one helper. Let's say it's from 6 through 10. You need 2 co-leaders or 2 helpers. 11 through 15, 3 co-leaders or 3 helpers. And really, once you get to that size, you want to be able to meet as a group and then break off into the smaller groups. If you're doing it on Zoom, use your breakouts feature. If you're doing it in person, definitely go in different corners or different spaces of your house or the cafe and break into small groups. Let's say you're at 16 to 20, which is easy when you have a marriage group or a couples group, right? But know that you need at least 4 co-leaders or 4 helpers. So here's what I do. I just get everyone together and I pray together and just do a high five. And if there happens to be a new person in that group, I'll just have that new person introduce themselves to everyone and I just welcome them to group, and we immediately break into smaller groups. And when we do that, you're not only training that helper or that co-leader how to facilitate a group, but you're preparing them to now birth out of your group and multiply. Let it happen. And when growth happens like that, your group is full of energy. Your group is fresh. Your group stays passionate. Nothing like a group that 1 or 2 people show up or like are very inconsistent and it kind of gets stale. Don't let your group get stale. And the last thing is this, leadership. And leadership to me, it's a skill. It's not something you're born with. It's a skill that can be taught. But here's a thought. Leadership begins with forward thinking and really asking the right questions. So I'm just gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions for you to ask yourself to see where you can grow, or maybe even questions you have not thought about when it comes to how can I grow my group. First one is this. Am I vulnerable and open in my group to share my own faults and my life struggles? You set the tone and the pace. If you share, they share. If you're open, they're open. Ask yourself, kind of observe your group. Does everyone in my group share freely? And if they don't, diagnose, maybe why not? Could it be one person's taking too much time? Or could it be you just need to kind of call them and say, hey, Sherry, I just want you to share. You'd be surprised. There's sometimes people are just waiting to be called because they don't want to just unmute and talk or just interrupt and talk. Next question, is my group respectful and has communication manners? Ask yourself that. I don't know if you've ever have, but it's something to be taught to your group on if someone's not being respectful, or maybe they don't have manners in communication, teach them those manners. And you might think, what manners in communication? Simple things as thank you for sharing, or please, or being considerate. And if somebody doesn't want to share, hey, no problem. And allowing that group to feel safe and have great manners and everyone's respectful. Next question to ask yourself is, does my group have laughter? Have you ever been to a group where everyone's super serious and no one laughs and there's no joy? Bring some laughter, play some games. If you're like me, I don't do good in games, so other people in my group play games and we just laugh. You'd be surprised. In laughter, connection happens. In laughter, you get to know somebody more than if you were just having some serious conversations all the time. Next question to ask is this. Are there tensions, conflicts, issues, struggles, even questions that I need to address, confront, elevate? Ask that question. Another question, do I need to ask for help? If your group is not growing, don't be shy. Ask us for help. Ask another leader, pastor for help. We are here for you. Another question to ask, am I spending regular times in my word and prayer and fellowship? If you find yourself isolating, you're not spending time with God, you're not spending time in prayer, that's an indicator that, hey, maybe come talk to us. Maybe ask somebody to keep you accountable, but you definitely need to stay fresh and on fire for Jesus for your group to grow. Another question is this, am I continuously learning and have a plan for self-development? Leaders are readers, readers are leaders, and if you need help with that, we can help you. But yeah, Connect Group, last thoughts of this. Connect Group is an expression of you. Like, don't try to be like somebody else, be you. Are you like jokester, you're funny? That's you, that's an expression of you. Are you a little bit more serious, theological, you love digging in the Bible? Is that you? Be you, because your Connect Group should be an expression of you. And I just want you to know that growing groups do go through seasons. And when they go through seasons, you have to transition and recognize that season. So don't be discouraged or don't try to stop it. If you're in the season of growth, don't stop it. Allow the growth to happen and multiplication and birthing of other groups to happen. Even if it's faster than you think, let it happen and follow the 5 tips that I've given you. Keep doing those things. Is your group in a season of pruning? Hey, it's okay. Sometimes people go in and out, and some people are only in your group for seasons. Let it happen. It's okay. During that time, nourish the group. Go deeper in your relationships. Go out and have fun. Share some meals and go and have a coffee date. Go deeper. Are you in a season of just steadiness? It's the same people showing up time and time again, even if you've invited people? Hey, treasure it. Those are the seasons I've learned in my group where I got to delegate leadership and kind of coach them, teach them, train them, and really just keep following those 5 steps I just shared. Are you in a season of rest where hey, I'm just taking a break from my Connect Group? Awesome, take it. Get creative and encourage your group instead to serve, get involved, do some missions, do some outreaches, get involved in the church. We always need ushers and inspire kids. Encourage them to attend conferences, encourage them to step outside of the group. It's okay, but have a start date in mind. Know when you're gonna start having community and starting your group again, because the too long of a break makes you complacent. And these are the tips on how to grow your group.